Thank you for joining us today. We're going to begin with our diabetes exercise program, and we're going to start today with a basic stretching exercises to warm up your muscles and get your body ready for exercise. We're going to start with our arms. When we do stretches, it is best to hold them for 20 to 30 seconds to ensure that we get a good stretch. The first one for today is an arm across the chest. And now switch. Making sure that your shoulder is pushed down and you're pulling across. Good. Now we're going to move on to the tricep stretch. We're going to put our right arm behind our head and push down with our left hand. And now switch to the other side. Good. Now we're going to work on our abdomen, and we're going to rotate to the side and hold on to the chair if we can. You can do these sitting or standing, so those of you who have a hard time standing for long periods can do these exercises sitting as well. And you can see as we progress through the program that we will demonstrate them in two different ways. Switch to the other side. Good. Now we're going to bend to the side with our arm overhead. Right arm above our head, and we're going to reach to the other side. Good. And now we're going to switch. Reaching up as far as you can. If you can't get your arm overhead completely, you can reach your arm out in front of you a little bit, as long as you can get it up as far as you can. Good. Now we're going to start with our legs, and we're going to pull our knee to our chest. In the sitting position, she's going to pull her knee to her chest, and in the standing position, she's going to hold it while supporting herself on the chair. If it's easier, you can put your foot on the chair and lean forward. Good. Now switch sides. Next will be the hamstring stretch. This will stretch the back of your leg. You need to slide to the edge of the chair. Put your right leg out in front of you and reach for your toes, keeping your back as straight as possible. If you can't reach your toe, just sit back as far as you can. Now switch legs. Good. Now we're going to move on to the quad, which is the front of the leg or your thigh area. In the standing position, she's going to put her foot up on the chair, if you can get it up there. And she's just going to stand. And in the sitting position, she's going to slide to the side, put her right leg behind her, as close to the floor as she can, and lean a little bit forward. Good. Let's switch sides. Okay, now we're going to go into arm circles. We're going to start out small circles going forward, and then we're going to increase in size as we go. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. Start out slow again, small circles. Good. Now we're going to do some calf raises. We're going to go up on our toes and come back down, up and down. Good, and now we're going to lift our toes and leave our heels on the ground. Toes are going to come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're going to move on to the cardio to warm us up and get us ready to do some strengthening exercises. The first thing we're going to start with, we have a set of 5 exercises that we are going to do, starting with a march. So those of you who are sitting will be marching in place on the sitting position, and those of you who can stand will march, lifting your legs up as high as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're going to do a wide step and a reach out to the side with our arm. Starting with the right side, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're moving on to toe raises and an overhead push. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Next one is a heel touch and an arm punch. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to march. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to move on to set 2 of our cardio warm-up, starting with marching in place, right leg lift. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Moving on to toe taps back and a forward push. Right foot's going to go backwards first and the right hand's going to come forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this time we're going to toe touch out to the side and lift our opposite arm. So right foot is going to go out, left arm is going to go up. Here we go, starting with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next is the knee raise and an overhead reach. Right knee up, right arm up above our head. If you can't get your arm all the way up, just reach forward. Starting with the right side, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're marching in place again, starting with the right leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Now we're going to move on to the strength part of our workout. And you can do these exercises sitting or standing. You can utilize a band or weights. If you do not have hand weights, you can use water bottles or cans of vegetables. They all work. And when you're choosing a chair to do exercises on, it's best to choose one that doesn't have any handles or any arms. And it has to be sturdy. It has to have a flat base as possible, and one that won't tip over when you sit on the edge of it. The exercises are done best when you're on the edge. So we're going to start with a forward raise. With a forward raise, you can stand on the band with 1 foot. If you use 2 feet, that is fine as well. You do it to whatever is easiest for you. And we're going to lift up on the right side first, 8 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we're going to switch sides and go to the left hand. Same thing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one is a bicep curl. You can place the band under your feet, and you can stand on it with one hand holding the band. We're going to start with the right side. Here we go. Curl up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Switching arms. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one on our list is going to be the shoulder press. So for the shoulder press, if you're standing, we'd like you to put it under one foot. If you're sitting, it's best if it goes under your legs. And you're going to press overhead, starting with the right arm. All the way up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. We're going to switch sides. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now we're moving on to the tricep extension, which is going to work the back of your arm. We're going to hold it out in front with your left arm, and then the right arm is going to pull straight down. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now we're going to go to the other side. Right hand is going to hold it out in front. Left arm should be bent at your side. And you're going to pull straight down, pushing back. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one is the horizontal abduction. I'm going to have Amy move to weights so she can demonstrate with those. So horizontal abduction, you're going to put your thumbs up and you're going to put your arms straight out in front of you. Make sure that you're sitting up very straight in your chair and you're standing up straight. You're going to pull out to the side to as far as is comfortable for you, no further than straight out. And we're going to do 8 repetitions, making sure you pull your shoulder blades together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. The next one is going to be a pull down. You're going to put your hands above your head and you're going to pull down to the side, bending your elbows. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one is going to be a side bend. Val is going to reach to the side without a band, and Amy is going to use the band as some resistance. Show you a couple of different ways of doing it. You're going to reach to the left side first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to switch sides. Be sure that when you're doing this, you don't lean forward and you don't lean back. You try to stay in a neutral position, reaching your fingertips as low as you can. Down your leg if you're standing, and down the chair if you're sitting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now we're going to move on to the legs. We're going to do a squat. For those of you standing, you can utilize a chair to hold on to keep your balance. And those of you sitting in the chair, we're going to teach you a sit to stand motion. Not having any arms or anything to hold on to. The goal is to be able to stand up without any assistance. Okay, and back down. And Amy's going to demonstrate the standing squat for us. Put your hands on the back of the chair and put your feet shoulder width apart, and you're going to squat down, making sure your heels stay on the ground, and you're going to stick your bottom out and stand back up. We're going to do 8 of these. We'll do 8 standing first, and then we'll move on to the stand to sit. So Amy, when you're ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's very important when you're doing the squats that you don't let your knees go over your toes and your heels always stay on the ground. Val is going to show us a sit to stand so that we don't use any assistance getting up, and this helps strengthen our hips and our legs. We're going to stand up and sit down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And you're going to notice when Val does these exercises that her knees do not go together. She keeps them apart. Her feet are shoulder width, even though she is sitting and standing. And that's what you're hoping for. Good. All right, next one is going to be a side leg lift. Amy's going to do it standing out to the side, putting her hand on the chair, and Val's going to wrap her band around her knees, and she's going to tie it into a knot to give her some resistance. We're going to start with the left leg, and we're going to step out to the side for the chair, and we're going to lift out to the side for the standing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switching sides. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one is a row. Val is going to put the band underneath her feet as she sits, and Amy is going to do it from a standing position. Amy's going to put her feet a little bit further apart, and Val's going to sit up very straight in her chair, and they're going to work on pulling their elbows back and their shoulder blades together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The next one is the chest press. The bands are going to go around your back. It's easiest if you put it underneath your armpits. You're going to punch forward. We're going to do right arm and then the left arm. Starting with the right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. The last one that we're going to do in the strength series is the shrug. We're going to put the band underneath our feet. Sit up straight, stand up tall, and work on keeping our shoulder blades back and together, and we're going to just lift our shoulders up as close to our ears as we can get them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now is our cool down session. We're going to start with our stretches that we began the exercise program with, pulling our right arm across our chest and holding. Good. Switch sides. Right arm behind your head. Push with your left. Perfect. Make sure that when you're doing your stretches, you're holding them for 20 to 30 seconds and you're making sure you're sitting up straight. Switch sides. Now we're going to rotate to the side and hold to work on stretching our torso and our back. And the other side. Good. Now we're going to put our right hand over our head and we're going to lean to the left. All the way up, and here we go. Switch sides. Good. This time we're going to pull our knee to the chest. We're going to do it sitting and standing. We're going to lean forward. Here we go. Switch sides. If the chair is too high for you, you can use a step, a lower step, and work your way to getting that extra flexibility and being able to put it up on the chair. Good. Hamstrings. Right leg out. Straight forward, lean and reach for your toes. Switch sides. And our last one is going to be the quad stretch. Sitting, you're going to rotate to the side and put your right leg down towards the ground. And on the standing, you're going to put your foot up on the chair if you can reach it and hold. Again, if you need to use a smaller step for the quad stretch, you can do that. Switch sides. Great job today, ladies. Thank you for joining us in our diabetes exercise program.